Hi everyone and welcome to my home. Hi everyone, I am Victoria Wilder, author of the Gothic Urban Fantasy Lullaby of the Authortube and of this poetry book, The Watermark Songs of My Soul, which I wrote in 2018 and totally forgot about until last month. So, welcome again to my home. I hope things have been very well for you. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe. That lets YouTube know that people are actually watching the channel and lets me know that I'm not talking to an empty room. And if you are not new to the channel, thank you again for being here every time for coming. Please let me know in the comments how often you show up. Maybe I'll give you something. Who knows? I like gifts. I like giving them, so who the heck knows? And for everyone here, check the links in the description. I have Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Patreon. Go check that out. I'm doing a lot of cool stuff over there. And probably some other social media accounts that I totally forgot about. Plus, you can buy my books down there. So today, I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of update on my upcoming novel, Diva, the one that I am currently working on. Last night, I'm recording this on Tuesday, and this will be coming up on Wednesday, tomorrow. So last night, Monday, I added another chapter to Diva, and it's been going okay for the last couple of weeks, so I thought I would just give you guys a little bit of a where we at. If you don't know much about Diva, I've talked about it in a couple of previous videos, so go check those out. I will try to put those up on the screen in editing at some point. But in short, Diva is a novel that currently, I'm not sure if I'm calling it a suspense or a thriller, but it is a novel about a young woman named Marissa who meets a wealthy lady named Diva who takes an interest in Marissa. Diva wants to give her gifts and take care of her, but Marissa's dad, James, is not quite happy about that arrangement. He doesn't really trust Diva, and so throughout the story we're trying to figure out who's to be trusted the most. Is it Diva, the wealthy benefactor, or is it the dad, who is a bit fond of his alcohol and has a bit of an anger problem? Is he just paranoid? Is Diva nice? Is she some weird old rich person who's trying to steal someone's organs? Who knows? So I'm just going to talk a little bit about what I'm excited about Diva, what I think could be better, and why I'm working on it now instead of in the future, which I'll explain a little bit more when I get to it. So what I am excited about when it comes to my novel, Diva. This story itself has been, it just kind of came to me in a flash in 2017 during NaNoWriMo. I had just finished Lullaby of the Lilith. I still had a couple of days left, and actually 10 days left in NaNoWriMo, and Diva popped into my head. However, the basic storyline of Diva, like the basic character of who she is and her essential background of being a wealthy heiress and being kind of mysterious and having this sudden interest in taking in a teen girl off the street. All of that I actually came up with when I was 17, and I had started writing the first scene that was going to be in the book, and it was it was on a laptop that was stolen, so I lost it and then just kind of could never get the steam back for that story, but it never left the back of my mind. So yeah, I got a flash, I started writing it, and it's still as exciting as it was, all that time. I still have that flash, and I'm just really excited to know that this story, the first novel I ever attempted to write, is finally coming together. It's finally becoming something, and whether or not it's going to be very good, I don't know. I feel very proud of it so far, and I'm only writing the first draft. I feel like it's got very, very strong bones as it stands, so I'm excited about that because I know that in editing, I'm just going to make that better and better, and as it stands, when I go back and I reread it, it sounds good to me, it's interesting to me. I want to keep reading it. Of course, there are moments that I trip up on that I know I'm going to need to fix, and some of the things that I think I could do better in the second or third draft would be to ramp up some of the emotion, because right now it's very much it's like you're watching things happen, but I don't know if it's really I don't know if the motives are very clear of the characters. I don't know if their emotions are very clear. I try to make it as clear as possible as far as their behavior, their physical responses, the way they speak, the words they use. I do try to make all of that as clear as possible, but I feel like I could ramp it up a little bit more. I also feel like Marissa and Marissa specifically needs a little bit more motivation and a little bit more. It's hard to explain without flat out saying what is going to happen way later in the book, but she needs a little bit more to help her with that transition, to make that transition make sense, so that it's not just like a sudden switch from one choice to another. I hope I didn't say too much there. Well, obviously I didn't. There's so many choices that are going to be happening in this book, and so many changes. And that's another thing that I feel like I need to add, is just more happening. As it stands, I think the book is going to be very, very short in its first draft form. It's going to probably be around 40 to 50,000 words, and not like that'll be kind of 50,000 is the high end, like that's a stretch from what I'm seeing at this rate. It's going to be pretty short, so there's a lot that I can add there. And while that is something I know I'm not happy with right now, it is something I'm excited about in the future, because that means I'm going to have different scenes that I can add. And even with Lullaby, there were scenes that were not in the original drafts and that came way later, and it was all the help of like beta readers and my editor. Well, mostly beta readers, but it was just really changed after that. And I do know that that's going to happen with Diva. So I am excited to see what the actual end story is going to be, if I'm so pleased with what the first draft is turning out to look like already. I think it could use a little bit more scenery. I have like physical descriptions, and it's very personal as it is right now, and it's in third person. So I would like to maybe add a little more scenery, add a little more outside action, or just like a couple things to slow it down. Maybe it may not need to be slowed down. We'll find out after the first draft. I will put it aside for a while and go focus on another book, Scourge of the Lilith, which is the second book in my Ashran series. But I am writing Diva first because it won't leave my head. It won't let me go until I finish this draft. I have to get the story out before I can allow myself to put in the same energy and same love into Scourge. And I was trying to write them both at the same time. That just doesn't work for me. I have to put in so much of myself into each book one at a time. Plus, on top of the other projects I'm doing, trying to write 2 books and all those other projects, it's just a lot for my mental capacity. Like, it's a lot for my brain to try to handle. And while I can manage it, it won't be good. It won't be positive. It won't be a pleasant It won't be positive, and it won't be a pleasant experience. And that's really important to me. I need to make my writing a pleasant experience. Otherwise, I am going to really struggle to actually do it, and I'm not going to get anything done, because I'm going to be beating myself up about it. I'm going to be stressing myself out about it. I'm going to be making myself feel inferior about it, and so I just won't do it. And so I need to make sure the process is exciting and pleasurable and enjoyable for me. And to do that, one book at a time for Victoria. The last thing I want to mention is just what I hope people will get out of this book. I do hope that people enjoy it. I know that it's a very when you read the book, you'll find that it has a lot of very dark elements. It has a lot of very touchy, taboo subjects. It's not like super creepy as far as taboo goes. Like, there's nothing sexual, nothing like abusive, not directly abusive. There is some manipulation and like paranoid behavior. So like an angry, yelling, drunk dad can be seen as triggering to some people. So if that's something you're not happy, you don't want to see, obviously stay away from it. There's subjects of addiction within the book. So there's a lot in the book that I think is for people who can stomach it. But those people who can, and who enjoy that kind of story, who love thrillers, who like suspense — I think it's more suspense than thriller, more mystery. People who like those types of things, I think they'll get a lot of enjoyment out of the book. I think they will love the characters, especially Diva, and there's another character, Sarah, that I like a lot. I love her personality. So I think people will enjoy the characters. They'll enjoy the little details that I've been putting in there, little things to make this world as fleshed out as possible. So I think people will like that. I think it will it will scare some people, and a lot of people enjoy that. I love being scared. It's not a horror scary, but it's like it's because it's set in sort of the real world. It's in a fictional town, but it's in basically the real world. There's no magic in this book, and yet it is so magical in my eyes. Obviously, I'm writing it and I love it and I enjoy it, and I really, really hope that people who like the kinds of weird that I like, people who like the kind of weird stuff that I like, I think they will enjoy Diva. So that's coming out hopefully early 2020, just after Scourge of the Lilith is supposed to come out. So we'll see what you think then. And also, if you're interested in beta reading, it's never too early to let me know. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to beta read Diva, and I will put your name on the list for when it is ready. All right? Thank you so much for being here. I will see you guys next time. I love you all so very much. Thank you for your support. Thank you for loving this channel. Please, again, remember to like and subscribe and check out everything in the description, because that's where you're going to find out all the cool stuff and find out what's happening. Sign up for my newsletter, because that's coming out on Friday. I will see you next time. Again, take care. Bye. So today I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update on my upcoming novel. Hello.